As the United States captures Venezuelan leader Nicolas Maduro, Russia now finds itself walking a tightrope, supporting Caracas politically while carefully avoiding a direct confrontation with Washington. On January 19, the Kremlin stated that President Vladimir Putin currently has no plans to speak with Venezuela's interim leader Delcy Rodriguez in the near future. Kremlin spokesman Dmitry Peskov added that Putin could initiate contact quickly if needed, signaling that Moscow intends to keep all diplomatic options open. Peskov emphasized that Russia and Venezuela continue to maintain regular contact through established diplomatic channels even amid the ongoing crisis. President Vladimir Putin still has no plans to contact Venezuela's interim president Delcy Rodriguez in the near future. However, such a contact could be certainly arranged. We maintain regular contact with the interim president at a diplomatic level. Over many years, Moscow has invested heavily in building close political, military, and economic ties with Caracas under former President Nicolas Maduro. On January 3, Maduro was captured by U.S. forces and transported to the United States to face drug trafficking charges, which he has vehemently and repeatedly denied. Just 3 days later, on January 6, Russia publicly voiced its support for new interim leader Delcy Rodriguez following Maduro's dramatic capture. The Kremlin declared that Venezuela's political future must be determined without outside interference, sharply criticizing the U.S. military strikes as unjustified intervention. Moscow praised the Rodriguez administration for defending sovereignty, a statement that signaled ongoing Russian political cover for Caracas amid the turmoil. However, diplomatic ties between Moscow and Caracas appear strained and uncertain since Maduro's ouster, reflecting cracks beneath the long-standing alliance. At first, Russia condemned the American airstrikes and Maduro's capture as aggressive actions, framing them as violations of international law and sovereignty. Despite those criticisms, the Kremlin notably avoided issuing any direct personal statement from Putin regarding Maduro's removal from power. Reports suggest Moscow is carefully weighing the loss of a close ally against potential new geopolitical openings in Latin America that could emerge from the crisis. Prior to his ouster, Russia maintained deep energy, defense, and anti-US cooperation with Maduro's government, forming one of its key Latin American partnerships. Russian officials publicly branded the American strikes as an unacceptable infringement upon the sovereignty and independence of another nation. Yet, the Kremlin has pointedly avoided escalating this into a direct confrontation with Washington, preferring to keep dialogue channels open. Analysts told CNBC that the unfolding Venezuela crisis comes at a delicate time, as Moscow tries to gain leverage in ongoing peace negotiations over Ukraine. According to reports, renewed instability in Caracas could distract global attention and slightly ease Western pressure on President Putin to accept any ceasefire in Ukraine. Experts have warned that President Trump's seizure of Maduro may inadvertently set a dangerous precedent, one that Putin could later cite to justify targeting Zelensky. CNBC analyst Sarah Lenti said Trump's aggressive move is effectively giving Putin permission to go as far as he wants in his dealings with Kiev. Therefore, Russia may seek to use the turmoil in Venezuela as diplomatic leverage while carefully protecting the core of its long-term strategy in Ukraine.